everybody, it's me. So I'm just down here at the beach, actually walking on the pier. It's a pretty amazing day, beautiful here, and there's actually quite a few people fishing off the pier, and so it just kind of made me think about the first time Simon Peter in scripture encountered Jesus for the first time, and he had been fishing all night and he hadn't caught a thing, and the next morning as he's going on shore, there's Jesus standing. He didn't know who he was, but Jesus tells him to drop his net on the other side. And I'm kind of jumping to the chase, cutting to the chase here, but Simon Peter does that, and miraculously, they catch hundreds and hundreds of fish, and the net's so heavy that the boat's tipping over, and they had to have other boats come, and the fish filled up 2 boats, so it was just this miracle of, just how Jesus just provided all these fish. I mean, can you imagine? I can't imagine Peter's reaction, but when he got to shore, Peter just fell on his knees, and said to Jesus, "I'm a sinful man," and so Jesus, but still, in spite of that, Jesus called him and chose him to be one of his disciples. Anyways, and then it just, another incident where Jesus is with the disciples, they're on their boat, and there's a big storm, and Jesus is sleeping, and they're all freaking out and just thinking they're gonna die, and I probably would have the same reaction. But they wake Jesus up, and he just stands up and he tells the storm to just be calm, be still, and they're just in this amazement and awe and wonder of who Jesus is and just what he can do. And I just, it made me just think, I love that passage of scripture. They were amazed and just in that wonder of him. And I think so often, do we still see that about God, about Jesus, that, God still is in the, does miracles today and works in that supernatural that, we just don't often, we don't believe it. We read about it, but I just think, I don't want to lose that. I want to, God is all powerful, all knowing. He's everywhere, and we put him in a box, and I just want to, saying this to encourage myself, but also to encourage all of you to just not forget how awesome our God is. He's the creator of all things. He created us, which is a miracle in itself. And just not to lose that kind of faith. I just want to have that faith where it's that expectation of knowing that God works in the supernatural. He doesn't work in our logic, our timeline. Even though he created it all, he gave, people the knowledge and ability to come up with, the scientists who, do all these scientific, what have you. That's not my world, but it's God who gave him that brain, to be able to just understand those things that's so far beyond so many of us, but yet God is even greater than all of that. He works in his own supernatural way and not even in our, understanding of this life. There's so much more out there, but I don't know, I just, it's had this thought, and when I read that passage of scripture again, I just thought, just to keep that awe, that wonder, that expectation, and to not forget the God that we serve, that loves us so much. And if you want to see it, you want to see him do a miracle, or just, it doesn't even have to be like a physical healing type miracle, even though God will do that in cases, but it could just be him just revealing himself to you in whatever simple way. It could just be, in his nature, his creation. But just, you have to look for it. You have to want it and desire it. And Anyway, I don't know. I'm probably rambling a little bit, but I don't know. It just amazes me. God amazes me. And I just want to have that kind of life, walking in that kind of radical faith, believing and trusting in Him and knowing that, He's in control and all things are possible for Him. Anyways, and most of all, just don't ever forget how much He loves you. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.